If you look on the right, you can see Jamie Russell, Christian Middle Earth, blue with a wrench and everything. And I was saying preach because I agree with everything that Scott says, Pastor Scott. If I can get an interview with him. But I don't know. I'm not sure what happened, but I was noticing.
AD. Well, Israel as a physical nation ceased being a nation, didn't they? And for almost 2,000 years, right? There was no nation at all. So is God a liar? Because there was no nation in the earth. And in fact, what we have over in the Middle East right now, the Zionist regime, that's not ancient Israel of old, right? So there's no nation. So
stripped of my salvation. You see that? All of a sudden, I don't have a thing anymore. Jesus has filled the time's purpose on the earth. Can you believe that? Stripped of my salvation. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Look at, oh my goodness. I'm not going to do what y'all think I'm going to do, which is just flip out. You know that scene from, let's see. Let me put it this way. Yeah. I wanted to ask my question for the 5th time and see if he actually would ask it about Scott, what Scott thinks of not putting Jesus in the 70th week. But for some reason, that question, even when I've given money, even when I've made sure I was the first person to get the question in, never gets asked for some strange reason. I guess it would draw attention to the fact that some views undermine the entire evidence of Jesus being the Messiah. I guess that could be problematic if you've promoted that view. You wouldn't really, I guess, if you didn't care about truth or standing for truth, for instance, you might be more interested in standing for self promotion, not willing to change your mind when it's demonstrated that. But you know, I really don't have any hard feelings about it. I'd give up my wrench 100 times if you would just come to the conclusion, if you would just admit that you don't have to agree with me. You can agree with the Baptist guys that, there is no temple when there's one people of God in Christ Jesus. Paul tells us you are the temple. Now the question is, how can there be an abomination of a desolation in that temple of the one people of God, who Paul warns the Christians about this Antichrist in 2 Thessalonians 2, who Jesus destroys when he comes. And you better be ready when Jesus comes. See, I mean, if your view is like a pseudo pre-trib and you diss the pre-tribbers, it's kind of hard to admit that at this point, probably. But I tried to help you from the beginning. You didn't listen. Because I'm just in a cult, right? Well, maybe. I'll tell you this, though. I've listened to your people. Have you really listened to mine? I would give up 100 wrenches if you just admit you were wrong. I don't support promoting praise I am. I don't support not changing your mind when it's been shown to you. I don't promote once saved, always saved, especially from a non-reformed position. But that's okay. I can live with some of that. But maybe all the division is because people project onto others the reality going on in their own mind and theology. You're in a cult is not an argument. Believing once saved, always saved, that is a cult. It didn't exist. I don't care what you say. It's pseudo-history if you try to say something else. Can you be saved without being free grace? Doesn't seem like you could. Seems kind of problematic for your view, because if you can be saved either way, why wouldn't you serve Jesus? Why wouldn't you teach people they needed to serve Jesus? That's why this is such a serious issue. Anyways, so I mean, it kind of hurts my feelings that you took my wrench away. Let's see. That's okay. I'm actually not that mad. I actually handled it pretty well. Let's see. Okay. Hang in there. Here we go. Love this.
Well, don't worry. Don't worry. I'm not going to do what you all think I'm going to do, which is just flip out.